Hi, it's Therese on Lostinpaper, and I'm here for Altenew today, and I've got a really easy way to add some depth to some solid images, and this is the perfect set of stamps to do this with. It's called Simple Flowers, and it's just the most amazing, funky, fun flowers set that I've seen in ages. So what I thought I might do was create sort of a window, and I've die cut a circle with some Inkadinkado stamping mask paper, and I've adhered it down to the centre of a piece of cardstock. It's cut to the same size as my card front. I like to stamp out my larger images first. I find that this helps give me a better balance, and then it's easier to fill in gaps with the smaller images that you want to use. And by stamping them right along the edge of the Inkadinkado circle that I've die cut, I'm going to create that window, and I want a nice crisp window on the inside of my floral sort of wreath. I've also die cut a couple of extra, like a circle and an oval, and I'm using these as my masks because I didn't want to overlap all the flowers as I stamped. I chose some nice bright crisp dye inks, so I'm using the Coral Berry, Warm Sunshine, came in with the Dusk, and for a pop of red I did use the Ruby Red as well. And as I'm stamping this out, I did actually get a mark on the outside, the top of my panel, so that's when I decided to fix that. What I would do was just use the little dots that came in the stamp set and sort of just added balance and stamp them out over the card front as well. Just that way I could cover up the mistake that I'd made and no one would ever know. Alright, so when my stamping's all done, it's time to add some depth to the flowers. I was kind of looking at it and thinking that it needed something more, and the easiest way I find to do this is to use my Prismacolor pencils. I've chosen 2 pencils for each shade of ink, one that's actually very, very similar to the shade of ink and a darker one. So that means that I can draw my shadow line and then use with the darker colour, and then use my actual colour that's the same as the ink to blend it out. I'm not using any Gamsol or anything like that. I'm simply just using the pencils to blend the colour out. And I'm not worrying about light source or anything because this is a fun floral design. It doesn't matter. I am covering up any mis-stamping, any edges, because I did have some layered masking paper. It was a bit difficult to get a crisp edge in a couple of spots, so that's where the pencils come in handy. I can use those to cover up anything that didn't stamp perfectly as well. So now it's time to work on my sentiment. This one's from Geometric Flowers, and I've decided to white heat emboss this on some Altenew dark grey cardstock. This is a nice warm grey, so I thought it went really well with these bright flowers. I did struggle with the sentiment on this card. Originally I was going to use the word beautiful and stamp it across the whole window that I created, but I think the die cut, what happened was the die cut circle that I cut was too big, and so the word got a bit lost within that. I should have used a smaller circle, and this is how I got around it. I just changed my plan. I'm going to put my card together now, and I do like to create on a panel, and that gives me options. If I do change my mind, then I can actually do something else with my design rather than work on the card front itself. That's why, and plus sometimes if you do add a lot of ink to a panel, it does warp it a bit. So I wasn't sure where I was going, and this just gives me options. I've just used my ATG gun, and I've also added some fun foam to the back of my sentiment, and that way I can pop it up on the front of my card. So that's it for my design today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.